click my way through.
Yes, I'm going to explain everything. Almost nobody has read the rules before this, which is totally fine because that's part of the point, So
Yeah.
if I get a demo where people have read, then maybe we'll do a chapter 3 or a chapter 2 right off the bat. But
I had a quick look, but that is all. So
great. Well, and that's the thing too. I never feel like I know how to play a game until I've played it through one time, which is
exactly.
Yeah.
And if I lose, then he looked through the rules. So I mean, that's
right.
The
there you go. That's my other. Yeah, I definitely have that feeling. With Jay and I, whenever I lose, he's like, "Did you help make this game? Did you design this game with me?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Then you should." No, he's kidding. I'm hard on Jay on these live playtests. If he comes, then I'll stop. Okay. I'm posting in the Discord. I think everybody pays attention to the Discord. But we'll see. Okay. Here we go. So thank you so much, Lemon Tea and Seth. I'm Shad Miller. I'm co-designer of Harrow County, and thank you guys for joining. We've got Lemon Tea is playing the family, and Seth is playing the protector. So I'm going to go through the rules, and we'll get as far as we can, and then they've got another demo coming. I should probably space them out. I think this is the last time I've got a big clump, though. So, but as I've said, we might see these guys again if they want to play again, doing a chapter 3 demo or something. We'll see what happens. So here we go. I'm going to do this lightning fast and then tell you your suggested moves. Please feel free to interrupt me and ask a question, though. So, in this game, you are both trying to get to 7 points. When you get to 7 points, that will signal the end of a round. Every round has 4 possible actions. You'll take 3. Each person gets to take 3. Also, at the end of the round, the first player token switches. So whoever has the last turn of this round will have the first turn of the next round. The ways that you earn points, you have 2 ways that are the same. One is at the end of the round, you can occupy the brambles. So if the family has a haint on the brambles at the end of a round, or their legend on the brambles, they earn a point. It's hard to defend the brambles. We'll get back to that. The other way is killing haints. If you kill a haint, you get a point. So if the family tried to take this and the protectors killed that haint, they would get a point. The other 2 ways are asymmetric. Now, one thing I think a lot of people have watched would probably be thinking is that, there are the most similar objectives are the family and the protectors. Everybody else gets more, the factions become more asymmetric. And that's one of the reasons we start with them, that those goals are more similar. But the protectors are trying to build a chain of haints to make a safe passage for haints, legends, and pathways. And I'll talk about pathways, but just as an example, to get their townsfolk back to their home hex. Oh, and you need one on the home hex. That's important. You never want to leave your home hex open for the family to jump in, because then you can't score. And when you do this, you get 2 points. The family, on the other hand, is trying to make a chain of storms from their home hex all the way to these blue houses to destroy those houses and those living inside them, because they see Harrow County as an abomination. So, and the residents as abominations. So they get 2 points when they destroy the houses. Okay, so those are the goals. Now I'm going to go through the actions. Okay, so both of you have a legend. Oh no, sorry, an ability action mason jars. So okay, good. Thank you guys. You're following along really well. That's nice. So the protectors, when they take this action, and you can just hit 2 and it'll break the mason jar. I'll help with any little tabletop simulator, niceties that we need. When you break that mason jar, that means you can come down here and look at your board, and you could do 3 spawn, 3 move, or 2 strengthen. So I'll explain move first. When you move, and let's put this guy back. When you move, you can take all of the haints and the legend, any units in a hex, and move them. So if you have 3 movement, you can go 1, 2, 3. It also costs 2 to go onto mountains. You go 1, 2, and then you could choose to break one off, 3. Or you can leave people behind. So 1, leave 1. This is how you make your chain. 2, 3, and you can pick people up. So if this was the situation, you go 1, and then pick up this person, 2, and then get 3, right? So that's move, and that works the same way for the family. All of these work the same way. The only difference is that the protectors, when they move on to a storm, it costs them 2. So as the family are building their storms, they're also making like a movement wall against the protectors. So, all right. So next is spawn. So let's say we've got Emmy up here. You can have 4 units on a hex. So when you spawn right now, you would have 3. That's the power. You get if you end your move on one of these hexes, you would take the token, and that powers you up. So in this case, let's say you had 4 spawns. You can spawn on your home hex, and you can spawn on wherever Emmy is, wherever your legend is. So you can spawn 2 here. You would be able to spawn 2 on your home hex, and then you'd have 2 left over that you could spawn on Emmy. Or you could have spawned 3 on Emmy, because that's 4 units on hex, and then the leftover could go to the home hex. So that's spawn. And then strengthen is actually the easiest one. You just look at the number 2, and that's how many you're going to put into the battleground. And Seth, this is a little harder for you to see, but that's just so that when it comes out of the box, it'll come out correctly, and we've actually fixed the box. It's not updated in this version. So you would put, if you take that action, you would put 2 cubes into the battleground, which makes you more ready for an attack. Okay, I'm going to quickly go through the family. So the family, if they flip that ability, Mason Jar, they look at their board and they say, okay, I can draw 3 out of my bag. And they start the game with 4 move, 2 strengthen, and 2 spawn. So they can draw 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's. I should just search. So let's. In this case, you would get to do 3 moves. That is a possible draw. In this case, I'm getting to show you 1 of each. So here, the family could move 1. It works the same way. Then they could spawn 1. And then they could strengthen 1. And they can do that in any order they want. So let's say they had it like this. They could spawn and then move someone, which is, it's much rarer for the protectors to be able to do that kind of thing, to split it up. They have to basically take the wild action to be able to do that. And we'll get to that. Okay, so the next thing, the next action is the most different. And it is a legend, the legend action. Okay, so this one has a hand and a scroll on both sides. And that hand represents your character's ability, and the scroll represents your faction's ability. Okay, and I'm just going to explain the protectors because the suggested first move for the family is their legend ability. So Emmy's power, her character power, is to place a cube on every hex that has a haint. And what that does is if that hex gets attacked, Emmy gets to put that cube into the battleground. So it's an extra protection. And then also, if she enters a hex that has a cube, she picks it up and puts it in the battleground. She doesn't get it if it spawns on her, and it only does that if she's on the same hex as the haint. But as she goes through these, she could pick up, all of these cubes, which can be very powerful. Her faction ability are these barbed wire or path tokens. So the barbed wire tokens are impassable obstacles, and she can place either of these tokens within her range. So your normal range is 2 hexes. If you're on a mountain, you have a range of 3. She cannot put the barbed wire on the brambles, but she can put it anywhere else. and for instance, maybe she doesn't want the family to start a storm this direction to try and stop her. She could put a barbed wire there, and now it's harder for them. They could go this way, it could work, but this is where they would really want to go. These tokens, so when you power this up and get more legend tokens, you get more of these tokens. Barbed wire can't be placed adjacent, but she could do this. Or she could do this to block another possible path. Path tokens, however, can be placed adjacent. They can even be stacked. So what path tokens do is they reduce the movement cost on a terrain to 0. And they act as a way for the townsfolk to move for free. So if you put them on a storm, they make that cost 1 for Emmy. But if you put 2 on a storm, now it's 0. And on any turn, she could move a haint or her legend into that for free. The other way she can use that is, let's say that she has enough move to get all the way here and she has this beautiful chain. She could place a path token there, and now the townsfolk can move for free back to the home hex, and she'll score 2 points. This token does allow any other enemy haints to get on there. Okay, so for instance, if Emmy left this open, and she's like, okay, next turn I can get on there, this haint can move there and block, because no enemy units can share the same hex, so the townsfolk can't get on there. You can't get onto a hex with a house, and that's something to watch out for. It's also free for the family to move on to those. It also reduces the cost for them by 1. So yeah, that's the legend abilities. And as I said, I'll go over the families during their first turn, because I'll do a suggest move. The next thing is attack. This works the same way for both. What happens is you take a hex. So let's say the family is attacking Emmy. Okay, they're 2 hexes away. They're in range. So if the family attacks Emmy, they're going to declare the attack. I'm attacking from this hex to this hex. You can also hit tab and hold it, as you guys probably knew, and then save that one there. And then because they have more units, the family would get a cube. So if you ever have, whichever side, attackers or defenders, has more units, they get an extra cube. And then we would take all of the cubes in the battleground and drop them in. There's another thing I should say about attack. The first time you choose an attack on a turn, you get a bonus action. You can move, spawn, or strengthen for free. And you can do that before or after your attack, and it doesn't have to be the units. So for instance, if you had, if the family had a unit here, and they wanted to attack and then move this unit into the brambles afterward, they could do that. They could also add an extra cube. And the other thing to mention about attack is that you can always attack because for your turn, because once you take one attack, you can choose to sacrifice another mason jar and use it as an attack. That's what this symbol here means. So anyway, back to the cube drop. So Levi and his gang of haints are attacking Emmy. And 3 red came out. So, and I accidentally grabbed a blue out of there. Because this box is a bag, it's a little easy to grab stuff out. So, but if you ever want to put something in and not roll it, you can just click the top and you can put it back in. So 3 red came out. So Emmy won that. Let's actually, for the sake of explanation, if Emmy had another haint with her, let's put in a haint with her. Now there's a haint clash. So even though Emmy is the defender, she has the option to spend 2 cubes and kill a haint and get a point. And because the family had no cubes come out, they don't have that option. Now let's pretend for a second that the family had 2 cubes come out. They would also have the chance to kill a haint and get a point. If we switch this to, I was saying that the brambles is harder to defend. If we say instead that they were attacking the brambles and there were 2 haints there, now they could, let's say this came out, okay? They can spend 1 cube to kill a haint, and then they're still tied, they're still winning, and they can spend another one to kill the second haint. In a Haint clash, you can only ever kill one on each side, though. You can't keep chaining it. And the other thing is, let's say it was this, and the family actually won attacking Emmy. So they can spend 2 cubes to hit Emmy. When they hit Emmy, they can move her to an adjacent hex. They would probably want to move her to one where, you know, she's not going to get a cube or a token. So maybe they'd even move them there. And then they get to kill any Haint on the board. And they still get a point for that kill. And that is attack. And and then the last action is really a lot like how the family does their mason jars. So you do a wild, and that's this skull icon. You take a wild from the pool, so you start with 1. Now you'd have 2, and you can do one of any of the 3 base actions. So you can spawn, move, or strengthen with a power of 1. So you can move 1 hex, spawn 1 Haint, or put in 1 cube with each of these. And they don't go away at the end of your turn. So every time you take that action, you get more wilds, and it becomes a more effective choice for you. And those are the 4 actions you have to choose from. And with that, what I'll do, I don't even know why I'm resetting things, because I'm just going to load this. Oh, right, the box. That's okay. It's kind of fun when it shoots. So we're ready to start. And what I'm going to do is the protectors go first because they have the lantern, and I'm going to give you a suggested move. And then Levin-T, I'll give you your suggested move and explain the legend powers. So here we go. So Seth, the suggested move is to do your wild action. And then you get a wild, and then you can use 2 move to go grab another token. You could go over here and grab this move. You could come up here and get a legend token and be ready to do a legend power at a better strength, or go get a strengthen token and put some cubes in the tower. And you can choose to, like, I've seen a lot of people on these demos with this particular map and this configuration, they'll go to this spawn, grab the spawn, and then at some point in this turn, they'll use spawn at the level of 4. But just to be clear to the audience, what happened there is you use one to move here, you left a Haint, and then you use 1 more, and you left a Haint, and then during the cleanup of your turn, you pick up that token. You don't get the token until you end a turn on that space. So that's the suggested move. If you want to do something else, let me know, and we'll go back. No big deal. Oh, you're muted, I think. But it looked like you said you wanted to do that.
Am I still muted?
Nope.
I am fine. You are correct. I am fine with that.
Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I think that's. I think the other moves are good, but that's a nice way to start. Okay, so now, Levin-T, your first suggested move is to use your legend ability. And Levi's particular legend ability is that he can move. Oh, and if just for the audience, if you hold Alt over one of the tokens, it'll zoom in, and then you can also zoom in with control. I mean, with the scroll wheel. I don't know why I said control. So his is to move each of your Haints onto a legal adjacent hex or off of a hex that matches the terrain Levi is on. So because they're all on yellow, and just to be clear, if this one was over here and he did this power, he could move them onto either of these yellows. Because they're all on yellow, you could move them off to block. You could move away to purposely ignore. I would probably go for blocking, and then okay, this part I keep forgetting to explain. So that's Levi's power, and you can actually do these in either order. But then the next part of the power is to put a storm on a Haint. Okay, so these are all the Haints that you have in the world at the moment, and you could put them there, put a storm there, and then put one on Levi. And there you go. And then now, okay, why did you get to put a storm on Levi? I think I neglected to explain that rule. At the end of every turn, if your legend is on a hex that does not have a storm, you get to put a storm on that hex. So this first turn is the only one where you're going to be able to do 2 storms, and that's why we recommend doing that with Levi. Because after that, you don't get to move Levi on the legend turn otherwise. And you'll notice that as you power up the legend track, you get to move an ability token. You do these in order. You get to move an ability token toward the storm that you made, and you get to move one of your haints, and then this is one of your enemy haints. And the other thing I should say is that this storm is made during the turn, and this storm is made during cleanup. So this one actually exists before your turn is over, and you pull tokens in toward it with your other powers and stuff. But that's your suggested move. If you want to do something else, no problem. What do you think, Liz?
I'm happy with that.
Okay, great. Okay, so now it would be back to the protectors.
So
And I'm happy to give any thoughts. Yeah.
I will summon.
Okay.
But I guess this lets me. This technically lets me do any of the 3, the summon, move, or attack. But I do want to summon with the improved summoning, so I can get 4 of my haints.
Yes.
And they go
awesome.
on my space or my home space.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes.
So I will just split them up, I guess. Well.
Yeah, I think that's great. And yeah, now you've filled up. That's the most she can have because she counts as a unit.
Okay.
And then there you go.
Then yes.
And I think that's it. Yeah, and that's great. And now you've got a good, you're ready to block over here. You're ready to stretch out and get that townsfolk. Awesome. Okay. All right, Levin T, your turn.
I'm doing the same, except with my power.
With the bag.
Okay.
Oh, I know. I always flip it too. If you hit 2, it breaks it. But you're going to do your bag. Awesome.
I'm drawing 3. Am I?
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay.
Okay, so 1 of each.
Yep. And so you're going to get, for this one, you're going to get a strengthen cube. Okay. And then you can move 1 and spawn 1 in either order. And you could wait to do the strengthen cube. I just always do it first.
But if I'm going to move here, then I'm taking this die. So right. Does that count for the spawn?
You don't get to use it this turn, but exactly what you did is right. Except this space is already occupied, so you only have to fill up. But yeah, you could put it here after you pick it up. And then you could put anything that you draw. I'm really glad you asked that because I forgot to say it. Anything that you draw out or that you pick up off the board, you can choose to put on your board to make it so that next time you draw more. So right now you'd still be drawing 3. You have to put 1 more down here at the end of your turn in order to draw 4. And if you wanted, so you also have the spawn, and you could spawn 1. Really, this is your only place if you and your choice is just spawn or not spawn because Levi hasn't moved.
Yeah. So I'll spawn here.
Awesome. I know. That's it's much easier in real life. I need to make the quality of life thing for the storms, but okay. So now you have all of these tokens, Levin T, and you can choose which ones to put in the bag or to put on your board.
So what's the advantage of keeping 1 on the board?
Well, if you put 1 more on the board, like a move, then you could draw 4 the next time. And the other thing is, right now you have 5 tokens in your bag. So you can get closer to, knowing what you're going to get out. And you're always allowed to look in your bag, too, and see what you have. And you have 3 move, 1 spawn, and 1 strengthen in your bag right now.
Then I guess, yeah, you're right that this is the one that I should keep here because I have plenty of those left.
Yeah, the move. Yeah, put it down here. Okay, that's what I often do. But yeah. Okay, cool, great. And then now, so this is Seth's last turn of the round, and then Leventi is going to get the last turn, and then he's going to get the first turn of the next round.
Well, I think I'm gonna do the special thing, the legend.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Which gives me a cube on each space with a haint.
Exactly, and I'll do that with you, just to.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, exactly.
And then that's, and then I get one of my barbed wires or paths.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, nicely done. And there are lots of good places to put that. You can put it within 2 of Emmy. So, for instance, this is a risky thing, but he wants to come do a storm. I don't know if I almost never put the barbed wire, but Jay uses it pretty often. I often use the path token. So you could put the path token down and get a token. You could put it on your path to start building, so you could do this and then move Emmy and 2 Haints onto that X and get that legend ability token for free.
And the barbed wire is it turns it into impassable terrain, right?
Right. So if you put it here, he's not going to be able to make the storm there. So he'll probably try to make it. He would probably try to make it here. But it's easier for you to possibly get in his way. The problem with that barbed wire token there is it's in your way too.
I was going to say, yeah, because it makes it impassable for me as well.
Yes. Yeah. And so I would probably do this.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it's powerful enough yet as a barbed wire in that spot.
Right. And that's the other thing is if you get this legend token, then the next time you're going to get 2. So I'm assuming you want to do this.
Yes.
And actually, the other thing I can point out is you could do them in any order. So you could also get a cube on that hex because you could have done that before.
Okay. Yeah, then that makes the most sense to me.
Awesome. Okay.
This goes down here.
Yep. All right, Leventi, you get the other good thing about what you did here, Seth, is you blocked him from trying to get into you probably know this, but for the audience, you blocked him from trying to get into the brambles in that direction. So before he was 2 moves away, which is exactly what he could have gotten in his wild, and now he needs at least 3 moves to get into the brambles. All right, Leventi.
I guess the only option I would have now is maybe attack, but
attack is not a bad option. And one thing I should point out is that you are in range from here to here. So even though Seth would get this cube because he just protected all his hexes, you would also get a cube because you outnumber him. If you attacked this hex, he outnumbers you, so you'd be giving him a cube. And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So would you like to attack from here to here?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Yes. All right. And you still have that bonus action. So he's going to get a cube because of Emmy's ability and that he put that cube down. You get a cube because you outnumber him. You could use your extra action to make a cube. You could use your extra action to move this Haint later, whatever you want. Do you want to use it now, or would you rather save it? Or do you want any suggestions? I don't mean to not. I should give you. Happy to give you any suggestions.
I already have 5 cubes, which should be enough.
I think you're set up pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the cube. I'm good for cubes, and
okay, great.
And for movement, I can wait for later.
Okay.
What if I move this Haint here into the hex that I'm attacking from? Does that do anything?
That's a great question. So one thing you could have done with that, and you can still do this, but if you had chosen to do that before the attack, right, then now you have the same number as enemies. So now if you wouldn't give them an extra cube, nobody would get a cube. But it doesn't affect the combat that you're in. The only way that it affects it is, well, no, it doesn't affect it doesn't give you more cubes. That's a good question, though. We did, at one point we had that, but we just found it was a lot to track. And this is more, it kind of didn't change the outcomes that much, so we just averaged. Because you can only have 4 hates in a cube in the hexane. So, yeah. So it would, I mean, it makes this group, what it does is it makes this group more intimidating to Emmy. But one thing I will point out is that it's not the token that's really appealing here, it's blocking Emmy from, because all she has to do is move twice. So, but I think, like you said, that you could do it after. You can see what happens in the attack.
Yeah, I will probably move this hate here, but
okay.
Yeah, let's do the
okay.
do the attack first.
So do you want to drop them in, or do you want me to?
Right. I can hit them. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then it's gonna. All right. Okay. So that was surprising. Now that's a hate clash. So you still get to kill one, Levity, because you had 2 come out. But Emmy had, and the other good thing is now you probably have more cubes in there. But Seth also gets to kill one because he won the con. He had more cubes come out. So you can both spend 2 to kill each other's hates. And I'm assuming you both want to do that.
That makes the most sense. There's no reason to hold on to him.
Not really. Let him go. Now you're sad that he broke your chain, so you'll have to fix that part, and you both get a point.
Can I take out both of his because I had 4?
No. You can only kill. That's a great question. You can only kill 1 in a hate clash.
Okay.
And part of that is to avoid it being too punishing to attack if you lose the attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are these 2 cubes then effectively just kind of lost?
They stay here.
Oh, they do?
No,
okay.
They stay in the battleground. One thing I forgot to mention is that you do have a maximum number of cubes at the end of your turn in a battleground, which is 6. That's why it's shaded in. So if you ever have more than 6 in the battleground at the end of your turn, you lose the excess. Okay, Levity, so you still have your bonus action. You want to do that?
I am moving this. Yeah.
All right, and you do get that, so you can choose to put it in your bag, or you can put it on the board, whatever you want. You have 3 move in there, and 2 spawn and 2 strengthen.
I think I'll just do the upgrade because.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, keeps the bag a little cleaner, gets you a little closer to 5. Okay, so now it's the first turn of the next round. Nobody got a Brambles point because you guys were blocking each other, which is great. And then Levity, you get the first move, and you can choose any of your actions that you like.
Are the storms impassable for me?
No, they cost 2 movement.
Okay.
So they just add, technically they just add a movement point. So if they go into a mountain, it costs 3 movement to go onto that mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're not impassable. This is impassable because he has a haint. You have to kill that haint or go around him.
Right.
Yeah. And if you put your path token on a storm, then it only costs 1. Or 2 path tokens in a spring.
Okay.
It's not -1 for Levity. As much fun as that might be to go into negative space. So, okay, so all right, cool.
I am doing the first thing. Yeah.
All right. All right. And you get 1 more. You get to draw 4 now because you upgraded your track. Yes. All right, there's the move. Okay, so you got 2 spawn. Oh yeah, you do. I'll be quiet. You go ahead.
Am I spawning 2? Or how many am I spawning?
You can spawn 2, but you can break it up. So you could spawn 1 and then move and then spawn again. But yeah, you'll get to spawn 2 for each. It's 1 for each of these tokens.
Okay.
But yeah, you can put them both on Levi if you'd like. Or did I did it too soon?
So I can spawn at the locations that I'm in, right? At any location.
You can spawn where your legend is or on your home hex. So right now you can only spawn on your home hex, but you could move one first, and then you could spawn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So now you can spawn here or here. But I think what you're doing makes sense. Yeah. You could put them both on Levi. That's good. And now, ooh, dangerous. Okay, cool. So those are done, and then you get one strengthened cube into the battleground, and that's done. And now you get to choose what to do with those. Choose what to do with those tokens. You could put them. So if you put 3 down here, then next time you draw, you get. Yeah, you're checking it out. Okay.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to use this, but
yeah, I think that's cool.
Let's see. I think if I'm powering it up too much, then I won't be. I won't have enough to draw.
You won't have enough cubes in, exactly.
Yes.
If you got to 5 this turn, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh yeah, when you're searching, it won't let you put them in.
Yeah.
It's funny, but that's cool. All right. Okay. So now it is Seth's turn.
And I think. Oh boy. Yeah. I think I will. Man.
It's tough because you have a lot of options. You could do your legend and put 2 on that storm and start going around. You could do you could attack him. You could do wilds and try to go around. You could do your mason. I mean, really, any of them has a move, I think, right now. You do need to repair this, which is annoying.
And I repair that by. I need to move.
You could move. Yeah, you could move 1 hate there, or you could put a pass token there.
And get the free move. Well, I guess it costs because I have to do the legend action, but.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, you wouldn't even. But honestly, this just repairs the chain. You don't have to put a unit on there in the townsfolk. Like if you already had the townsfolk here, it would.
Okay. So the path counts as a piece of the chain.
Yeah, it's a free. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It can be interrupted by. Yeah. Thank you.
I think I will. I think I will. Man.
Yeah, I know. This is tough. I don't know what you should do. I don't have a clear.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to do the wild.
I like it.
Because there's a lot of things I want to do, and that'll let me do a lot of things. Because they don't need to all be the same action, right?
They do not. Exactly. That's the nice thing.
Okay, so I think I will use 1 to move.
Yeah, that's a good call. Fix the chain.
I will use 1 to summon.
Cool.
And actually, can I do?
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter. I will do 1 to move.
Move Emmy. Cool.
I will then do 1 to summon.
Smart.
I will then do 1 to move.
You don't even have to use 1 to move that.
I get a free. I can do that for free then?
Yeah, and you do get that cube immediately. You don't have to end your turn on it, and then you get 1 more action.
Which I will summon.
Perfect. I love it. That was very clever. Okay. Great. All right. So now it's Leventi's turn.
think I'm going to attack just to
Yeah,
Either you would or I
break
would.
up,
Alright,
break
yeah.
up the chain again.
Oh, you're gonna do this one to this one.
Yeah.
That's a good call. That's a good call. So you get a cube,
I should have
and then you
realized
have
that
that
was a waste.
bonus section. No, I mean, you're taking up his action. I get you.
That's fair, yeah.
It feels a little pyrrhic or something, but I mean, we'll see. Last time you won, and you got.
I know, yeah.
So it's possible.
But I have
does
3
have more
cubes
cubes
inside.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I gave you one because you outnumber him. You still have that bonus action that you can use afterward if you want, or right now. You could put a cube in. One really good move for you, Lemon Tea, afterward is to move Levi here, because then you can finish the storms and make it harder for him to get through.
Yes.
That's probably what I would do, but it's just a thought.
Okay, well.
Yeah, let's see what
Control
happens.
then.
Okay, I can't believe this keeps happening to you. This is, but it does happen. I got to tell you, one time, one of the games we played at Gen Con, it's very dramatic when it happens. So the cubes just kept getting eaten, and then like one or two would come out. But then the last battle, everything came out, which was just amazing, and it made the person win. So you get to kill a Haint, Seth, and he gets to kill a Haint.
Yeah.
So he broke your chain again. That's one of the things that I really like about where we landed with attack is that it's never the only time that it's pointless is if you don't the only time it doesn't affect the board Haint state is if you don't have any cubes come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you and also Leventi, you can move as many or as few of those Haints as you'd like with Levi.
I'm thinking if I want to.
Yeah, this is kind of nice because it's harder to get through both of those hexes. There's an advantage to the way you did it for sure. What is in the box? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, check the code of Tabletop Simulator.
Well, I know that it's each time. Right now, the way we have the box working is each time that you throw a cube in, there's a 50-50 chance that every cube in the box, including the one you threw in, will come out. Which I think is a pretty good approximation of.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I could tweak it but I like how it goes. It's nice, and
I also
one of
like
our supporters, Raphael, made it, and I thought, oh man, thank you, because I was so stuck on I'm going to make a physical one work, and I just didn't have, it was like never got it where I really liked it. So we would use a physical when we played online. We would have a physical cube tower. Anyway, that was fun. And remember that you can attack again if you want. And I think this is a good wall, Leventi. I mean, this is because otherwise, if you just left one here, he could ping him and then try to move through. But now it's a very difficult combat to get through that. All right, Seth, your turn.
Speaking of combat, I will.
Speaking of combat, yeah.
So yeah, I guess I want to
go to Levi. I love it.
Yeah, okay, just kind of.
What bonus action are you going to take? You get one cube because you outnumber them.
I think I'm going to move, but I'm going to move after.
So, okay, cool. So you're going to drop both those cubes in, and we'll see what happens. Oops. Oh, that's okay. You can just put it. It'll roll it. 1 second. So if you just for viewers, if you click the top auto.
That's right.
And then you can just put all those in, and we'll hit roll. All right. You want to hit it?
Go ahead. You're over there.
Okay. Hey!
This
is crazy. It does not want to let go of
the better.
All right. So the protectors, you can spend 2. He cannot hit you, so you can kill one Haint. You don't get to choose who you hit.
Oh.
The defender does. No, that's fine. It's the Haint.
I guess he doesn't have an option though.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember. I know it's the Haint, but we used to have the rule that you could choose, but it's so rare. And actually, we really don't want the family to be able to choose because then he could say, I'm going to make a storm just for fun,
Yeah.
But you would get to choose where to put him, so you would put him there. Anyway, You got a point. Oh, I gave the wrong person a point, I think. Wait. I gave the family a point for that. You should have gotten it. I think the family is at 2. Because you've each killed there hasn't been a combat where you've each been killing the same amount.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And it's not about the score. I'm just it's a blast to be here.
Yeah.
So I think I will.
What do you want to do with that bonus action?
I think I'm gonna move. Now can I move into these brambles? I know you talked about, you said a throwaway line on, like, it's hard to keep the brambles and things like that.
Right. So the deal with the brambles is it only costs 1 cube to kill anything sitting on the brambles.
Okay.
But yes, you can absolutely move onto the brambles with your, and what I would recommend is just move 1 hate.
That's what I was going to do.
Right on. And he has to take an attack action with no bonus, because he already did an attack action, if he wants to get you off the...
Which I guess he has.
Yeah, he could do it.
And he's pretty... I guess I wonder if that is worth it. Although, like you said last time, if he's attacking, he's not doing other things.
Right. And if you... Yeah, I think it's worth it. I don't know what his plans are, but the most you're going to lose is 1 point, and he has to spend a whole action to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'm happy with this.
I like it. I think it's a fun choice.
Yes, I will definitely attack him.
Because I will definitely attack. Yeah, okay. And this is your last action of the round. So which one? It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll break that. Cool. And now.
And I think my luck is running out, honestly.
Maybe. I don't think you have any more cubes.
I really don't. I think they're all. Yeah, I think they're all his.
Yeah,
so,
they're all mine.
Are you attacking? Are you attacking from here to here?
Definitely. Am I getting a cube for that?
As
well?
Do?
Yeah.
Yes, you get a cube. There you go. And you just drop them in. I think it'll roll. The only bad thing there it is. But that's perfect because it just costs 1.
That box really hates me.
It does.
Do you lose that? Do you lose that cube though, since you didn't take out a hate?
What do you mean?
So you moved this cube off of this board.
I moved it. I'm spending. I should explain what I'm doing. So he had 1 cube come out. That's exactly the cost to kill this bramble.
Oh, you're right, because it costs 1 to
1. Ping. He's dead. He got a point. And now you get the last turn of the round, Steph, and you're tied at 3-3. And we're actually doing really well on time. My next demo is at 1:45, so I thought I'd stop us around 1:30, and I think we might finish. It'd be cool. Because a lot of times when you get to 3 or 4 points, it's 1 or 2 more rounds. So okay. So what would you like to do, Seth? He does not get to act again this round.
Right. But I think my hands are a little tied.
Yeah, you can't really go, like, it'd be very hard to get this townsfolk this turn. I'm not going to say it's impossible, I don't know.
Yeah, especially I don't even have this chain or anything, so.
Right, you'd have to remake the chain.
I think it's probably
yeah, go ahead.
Best. I will move. Because I go first next turn anyways.
That's right.
So I'm going to move and kind of clean some of this stuff off.
I love that. Okay.
So remind me again, do I have 3 points of movement?
You have 3 points of movement.
And that can be anywhere, anyone. It doesn't need to be, I choose 1 hex and move people from there. So I could say, move 1 here.
1. That's 1 point.
Can I move 1 here?
2. Yes. There's 2 points.
Does Emmy need to be the one to pick these up?
I think that's great. Nope. Paints or Legends can pick those up. That's great.
Oh,
and that's 3. And that's fine. Because
no, I'm trying to figure out if I want this. I need cubes.
You need cubes. You do need cubes.
I don't have any cubes in there.
So now you'll have to take the action to get those cubes. But that's a good action.
And then I believe I have 1 more. No, that was 3.
That was 3.
And is this considered connected?
No.
Okay.
But you can fix it with a path or move. You're fine. I think that's good. And you got the strengthen. Now you're the first player of the next round, and you get a point for the bramble, so you're at 4 points. So if you can score 3 points this round,
when I score,
when you score 3 points, that will make it the last round, and then you would win a tie. So Levante would have to score 8 points to win, and he has until the end of the round when you do that.
He just has way more combat strength right now.
He's got a little bit more.
I still don't think I have any cubes in there.
It's so funny that just one cube came out. I just can't. It's the tower always.
But wasn't that the best thing to happen for him? Because he only needed the one.
Yeah.
I guess it would have just gone.
It really. I mean, it would have been fine if the other ones came out too.
Yeah.
But it was But it was the best. The only bad thing would have been none coming out.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Are you limited to 6 cubes? There's 6 places here.
At the end of your turn, yes. In the battleground, though, you can have. You can have as many as you want in the tower. As many as stay in the tower. Okay. You're loaded up, I think.
They're all blue in the. Yeah.
Okay.
3 blues.
And in the in the physical game, you have to like lean over the tower to see, which some people might frown on. I personally think it's fine. Okay.
I think what I need to do is, I mean, these wild actions are just so convenient.
They're great.
To start off.
They are. If you keep doing them, I mean, you get more wild actions than you would if you said, I'm going to move. You could move 4 with the wild actions if you wanted.
So I think what I'll do is, move. No.
Okay, so
Boy, howdy. I think I'm usually not like too analysis paralysis-y, but this is,
okay.
And I usually don't. I mean, I don't really care who wins. I'm having a blast, but I'm just like,
it's puzzly though, right? That's
yeah.
Yeah, cool. That makes me happy. And the last turns are always more crunchy.
I'm sure they'll get longer as So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll move. This is and these are just the 3 basic: summon, move, or strengthen.
Exactly, and you can do any combination of those. So like you could put some cubes in the tower with these. I almost never use wilds for that, but Jay does it all the time.
I was gonna say that doesn't actually sound too bad for me right now.
It's really not. It's really not a bad idea.
Let me take these 3, throw them on here. I know that.
Okay, so you're gonna take 3.
And then I'm gonna use 1 to move.
Cool.
And grab this.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and this is nice because the one thing I should tell you is if you make a chain with the townsfolk, like let's pretend that you did this, the townsfolk does not have to make it all the way home. It would still move.
Okay.
Okay, I messed you up. Was Emmy with this? I shouldn't have moved her.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Great. All right, Levante. 3 cubes to 3 cubes.
Yeah. If I attack him, I'm just going to lose again because
the tower. Well, you never know. So the tower is fickle. The tree is fickle. Fate is a fickle monster.
At some point, your luck's got to turn, and my luck has to turn.
But right now, you do have the same number of cubes, and I don't know. I mean, so the thing is, Levante, is that you're 2 storms away from getting that house, but you're pretty far movement-wise. I don't know what I would do. Your bag has 6. Max move you would get from the bag is 2. Wilds would also give you 2 actions. I think the bag is much superior. Like, I like that you've been playing without paying attention to wild actions. That's kind of nice. The bag building has been key.
Yeah, but I kind of want to do all of the actions.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, good. Oh man. And I'm happy to give advice. I just don't have a perfect. So one good move would be to get Levi here somehow, put a storm down because he can come around right now, and then you're blocking him. And he's like, man, come on. But if you can somehow figure out how to do this, that would be great.
I have 4 actions, and the bag looks pretty great at the moment. So I think I will try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
All right.
Let's
Okay.
see.
2 spawn. I love it. So I'm going to put a cube in for you.
Okay. And I'm going to spawn 1 here, move, then spawn another one.
Great. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. And you pick up, is there a token there? Yes.
I didn't
so you pick
it
up
yet.
the strengthen token.
And I put
I'll put a storm. Yeah, you could. I'll do it.
Okay.
And you can choose what to just to help out. You can choose what to do. I feel bad. I need to make it easier to place these storms. They're nice in real life, honestly. I was worried about that, but when I got to play with the real physical copy, I was like, yes, this is.
It's always rough with the tabletop simulator and that separation of.
Well, and Rafi showed me a great way to make it better, so I'm going to try really hard to get that done for everybody. Rafa. I keep calling him Rafi. That's not what and I am just email to the next playtester, but we're still good. We've got 15 minutes, and I think we're going to do it. Well, although the blocking, I love the blocking.
I'm glad one of us does.
Yeah. Well, you're doing okay though, in spite of the blocking. But you're actually blocking him pretty well too. Okay. Right. I have to write this really quickly.
Okay, so I think what I will do.
Let me know if you need help. I'm just typing.
No, you're fine. I have an idea. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do with it.
Okay.
I think I will move.
Okay.
I have 4 movement.
Perfect.
And I think.
Yeah, you can just redo your whole strategy.
That's kind of what I'm doing here. So, remind me again. Each token I move is 1 movement. Is that true?
Can you move?
So, like,
yeah, go ahead. I'm not sure.
I know you talked about picking up and dropping off.
Right. So, like, here, I'll just give you an example. So you could do. So you want to leave a person at home so you can get the townsfolk. So you go 1, 2. That's just 2 movement. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Does that answer
yes.
the question?
And that is kind of what I wanted to do.
But yeah, I shouldn't undo it. And then, okay, but you still have 2 move. You don't technically pick that up until the end. That's okay. You can grab it.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. So
you have 2 more. So you could do this. 1, 2. You could leave a person there. The townsfolk cannot go through the brambles.
Right. So I think what I'll do is
the art will show it.
I will go 1, 2.
Cool.
Because I do want to leave this guy on the brambles.
Right. Just make it. Yeah. Good.
And that's my 4 movement.
Woo! Okay. All right. So then you get this and this now. And that's excellent. So you're going to have 3, I always want a barbed wire or path tokens that you can place within range of it. Okay. All right. Levantine, what are you going to do? Are you going to attack?
Definitely attack the bramble.
Cool. Now, one thing, that's the best move. Attack the brambles. Right. Sorry. And you get a cube.
Yes, and I'm going to.
Your bonus?
Actually, I think I'm going to spawn one here, but
okay.
It doesn't matter if I do it right now or
you can do it later. You can do it now. But if that's what you're going to do, that's great. Okay, just drop them in. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh. How does this? So, hate clash.
Don't question it.
But no question, fate. So I keep saying fate because we just unlocked Willa, and she's one of my favorite family members to play as. So it is a hate clash. You get to kill him on the brambles for 1 cube, and then he also can choose. I'm assuming Will.
Yeah. How often do you find that people do not do that? I mean, I guess you get to keep stuff in the box, but
sometimes you just don't. Well, okay, so in chapter 1, you're always going to do it because you're going to get 1 point.
But I guess in later chapters, you probably want to hold off on bigger key
You don't
battles.
get 1 point per kill in chapter 3. That's what the spoon is that the first time you kill a Hank, you get a point, and then it takes 2. And then once you get another point, then it takes 3. So by this 3, you might not care at all about spending those cubes. You might want to save them for a different attack where it's more strategic.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. Okay. 5-4. Man alive. Okay. So, now it is your last turn of the round, Seth. And if you can get that townsfolk on this turn, this is the last round. But
I really don't think I can, though.
I think it's pretty tricky for you to do that because your path tokens can only be placed 2 away from Emmy. So otherwise, you have enough path, you can finish it that way. Attacking will give you an extra spawn and a bonus action. Not an extra spawn. Attacking will give you a bonus action.
Yeah. I probably should have moved Emmy on my last move, but here we are.
That's okay. Where would you have moved her?
I guess into the brambles.
Oh, but then he could have just hit Emmy for 1. Oh, but you can't hate clash with. That's interesting. You can't hate clash with Legend, so actually he wouldn't have been able to hit. But it would have been pretty risky considering the ratios. I don't actually know what they are. Let's see. I shouldn't look. Oh my gosh. Okay. Right, because you spent 2. I should have known. Okay. So there's attack or your Legend action. I think your Legend action is pretty powerful.
I think that's what I need to do. So I'm going to do my Legend action. So I think what I'll do is...
And you get both of these. And you can do the cubes for Emmy before or after. In this case, unless... Yeah, okay, sweet. Oh, nice. Good move. Okay. And you can move this one as well.
In addition to placing this other one?
Yes.
So here's a question. I guess I have to place these all right now.
Yes. That's a great question, though. You were thinking, could I put this and then
move and then,
one action? Yeah, it's 1 action. Great question, though. That'd be kind of a fun surfer,
Huh.
Yeah, what you need is for Emmy to be here.
Yeah.
And then you could get the townsfolk this round. That's okay. One good move is to make a barbed wire there. And it is in your path. This townsfolk, he is blocking that townsfolk so hard. And you're going for this one now. So now he has to kill this Haint and get around. You can make a path token there too. That would be fine.
Well, I'm trying to think.
Or just ignore that side.
Because I could put this here.
You put it there. Yeah. And now all you need to do next time is move. Emmy can get here for free, and you just go and you get that townsfolk. And you can move this freely here, and then
to put it back on there for the point.
Yeah.
That's the plan. That is
great plan. I like it.
I don't know. I mean, I might as well put this here, I guess.
Which one?
The one that I had placed before. You said I can move this one?
You can.
I don't know if it's.
You can put that there.
I don't know if it's needed here.
Yeah, it's not really, is it?
And then
you go back and forth between. Well, you can't go here. Yeah, that's good.
And then I put a cube on every spot with a haint.
Cube on every spot with a haint, and I'll help with that.
Thank you.
And on the brimbles. See, and that's nice.
Okay.
Okay, and now Leventi attacks. I'm kidding. What are you going to do? It's totally fine if you're going to attack.
I keep saying he has cubes in there, but...
He does. He's got a lot.
It doesn't help me.
I have no proof.
It doesn't help. I have no proof yet.
Yeah.
So are you going to attack from here to here?
Yeah, I have to.
Okay, good call. So he gets the cube that's sitting there, and you get a cube because you have more. And you can, oh no, you don't get a bonus action, so you can't do anything else. So you just drop them in.
If I repeat it, then I don't get the bonus to attack.
Right. And this is the last action of this round.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I love this. I pulled that out.
This is stuck to something.
Yeah. Oh, here, wait. I got to drop this back in.
So I mentioned...
but this is a haint clash, again. And both die. So this dies, and one of yours, and you both get a point. And now Seth has 6 points, and you have 5. Oh my goodness. And nobody has anything left in the battleground. And there are 4 mysterious, we could not possibly guess whose cubes in the box. Okay.
So that's the round.
That is the round. So everybody flips, and then Leventi gets the first action in the next round. And by the way, I tried to email the next playtester, and I don't believe the email they gave me is correct. So unless I see something from them, I don't believe we're going to have that playtest. I have no other way to contact them except with the email.
Right.
That I can tell. So I'm disappointed, but maybe they'll message me. I'm watching.
I am going to attack, but first I'm going to...
yeah, turn the auto back
on. No, just leave it there. And
yeah.
Just I'm thinking of grabbing all the cubes and trying to...
okay, that's
back in again or something.
Yes, just refresh.
Yeah.
It's definitely because it's the same probability. Oh no, you wanted it.
Yes, I just wanted to place them back in, just in case.
Okay. Let me turn off auto so you can place them back in. I don't know what I did to mess that up. Sorry. There we go. Okay. All right. So now, yeah. All right. We're just refreshing the state. Okay.
Okay. So I'm attacking here.
Okay. So you're attacking from Levi to this. Yes. Yeah. So that run red cube goes in. You get a cube because you outnumber them, and then you get a bonus action, but I'm assuming you want to save it. So you just drop both those cubes in and then see what comes out. Unless you want to use the bonus action for something, but I'm thinking you want to move if you kill him, right?
Yeah. Okay,
cool. All right. If you want, I'll drop them in. Just teasing. Okay. There we go. There you go. First combat. That is the absolute most I've ever seen hate clashes, and that's something you got to remember. Right? Is like if you're not okay with something happening over and over again in your game, don't put it in there because it can. I thought that was very. I'm assuming that's what you wanted to do. I apologize.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. You could leave this haint. That's debatable.
I don't think I will because he's not there anymore.
He's not over there anymore.
Yeah.
You scared him off. Okay. But he is over on the other side. Now, Levante wins ties on this round.
Okay.
And he will get 2 points. And he gets a point for that kill. So you're tied at 6. Levante would get 2 points for this house, and all he has to do is move 1. You would get 2 points for the. But you have an advantage on the brambles because you get the last action. Oh my goodness! All these playthroughs are just. It's intense for me. Okay, what are you thinking, Seth?
So when do these moves happen with the pathways?
Any time that on your turn.
Okay.
And you can if you want to spend one move and go here and then move back, that's okay. Like you did before.
How do I do this here?
What are you? Yeah. If you tell me what you're trying to do, I'm happy to help.
I'm just trying to figure out the most efficient way to get this farmer.
Most efficient, yeah. I think that's a really great.
Probably the wild.
Wild is a great one because you're gonna get 5.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
actions.
I guess the wild is probably the way to go as it has been.
Yes. It's often very good. If you go for tokens, you could have if on your first turn you're like, all I'm gonna do is get move tokens. Then you're gonna have 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can free move here, right?
Free move. You haven't used any actions to do that. Yeah.
I will then summon.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Move.
You're gonna need. Yep. And you can take that haint with you. You don't need a haint on here.
Oh, because of that.
To move through. Exactly.
And then move.
That's still just 2. Yep, move. And you could put Emmy there, or you could put, yep.
And then
And now, now he's got a path you will get back, no problem.
Okay.
So now
you're just at the end of their turn.
What do you want to do? Yeah, what do you want to do with your last 2 actions to set yourself up for whatever's next? This will end the round. You will be at 8 points. It doesn't end it immediately.
Right.
That signals this is the last round.
I think I want to put a haint here and move.
Okay.
Because I can't use this free move again, right?
Right.
Okay.
I wonder if there's another way I can see their email. I don't think so.
So there's my 5. And that's my turn.
Okay. Maybe they're on this. Okay, I'll chill. I just always feel bad when somebody can't make it. Like if somebody can't make it because they're busy, but in this case, it's like a technical. I think they just forgot to put a part of their. It just wouldn't let me email them.
Just a typo or something, yeah.
Yeah, it's some typo.
That's too bad.
I would reschedule with them. It'll be fine. But maybe this was the only time they could do it. Okay. Right. So where are we at? So what did you do with your last 2 actions? I was not watching. I apologize.
My last 2,
You got somebody on the brambles. I love it. Did you?
I don't know if I could have. I might have done something weird.
No, I think you were fine. You definitely could have done that.
Okay.
All you would have had to do is spawn. You might have had to spawn while Emmy was here.
Yeah, I think that.
Please use a spawn, but then I don't know what.
Because I think I used a spawn and then move. But if you don't.
You could do that.
If nobody minds. But I can't spawn here.
No, you can't spawn there. So I would say you spawn.
If nobody minds me kind of going back a little and spawning while Emmy was here. Then I think
it's fine. Levante really gets to decide, but
it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you actually had one more action then because you didn't have to spend a move. So let's pretend she's back here and you spawned. You used one move to move them, and then you still have one more action because this one would have spawned on that and didn't have to move to get in there.
Oh no, but I used this free action to move Emmy.
Okay.
Can't I only use
Well,
these
no, you
once per
can
round?
keep. They can just sit here and go ding, 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 ding. I mean, it never costs anything to move between.
Oh, I see. So I have one more.
You have one more.
I mean, hey, well.
Yes, that's what I would do. Yeah.
Okay.
Or put a cube in, but I like this better because now, like, yeah. Okay, cool. So now the townsfolk. You technically wouldn't even. Yeah, that's 2 points for you for the townsfolk. This is now the last round.
And I get this plus spawn and this
and
move.
a plus move, which could be pretty handy coming up. Okay, Leventi attacks.
Yeah, no, I already did my bag actually because I thought.
Oh, good.
It is the only thing I didn't do is the movement, so made it
Okay.
two hands, 2 cubes, and
Great.
moving in
And
here.
now we'll go. Yep. And you get this as well, and that comes off, and you get 2 points, and you are at 8. And so Leventi is currently set to win because he has the first player token, and he wins ties.
I don't know if I'll pull this off.
Yeah.
No, I will.
Exactly. We'll see. I love the confidence, and I think it's a really close game. I have no idea. And you're set up to get. So if everything stayed exactly the same, you would get that extra point.
Right.
And you would win. If Leventi, it's so tricky because if he tries to rush in, you could use your last action to attack him and get a point, stop him. He could attack you. It's just going to be fun. All right, what's going to happen?
So I think what will happen is I am going to spawn.
Okay.
But I'm going to use.
Oh, you can do that.
No, but I want to. I know, but if I can only do it, I can do it once per round.
No, you can just do it.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I keep thinking that this is.
No, that's a fair question. That's a totally fair way to look at it.
So okay, so I could free move these here.
Both of them, yep. And then you have a spawn of what, 5?
So I could go 1, 2, 3.
What you can't do is interrupt the spawn.
4.
4, and then you'd have to, if you want to spawn the last one, they need to go up here.
That's fine.
That's yeah. And that's, oh my goodness. I wonder what you're doing. No, I'm kidding. And then now that you're done with your spawn, you could move to here.
Yeah. Perfect.
For free. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, Leventi. Last action. Wild. Interesting.
Oh, it's just.
You're attacking again. Of course. Why am I? Yeah. Okay, so you get a cube. I was like, oh, he's going to take the wild action. I don't know why I thought that. All right. So now you just drop them in, and one of your cubes should come out, I hope. I mean, I'm rooting for both of you. This is a very entertaining game. Thank you.
Actually, before
yes, before
running, I'm just thinking if no, yeah, I'm going to do this.
Yes. There we go.
There you go.
Not a hate clash for once. So ping, and Leventi gets a point. Is it? I'm sorry. I keep saying Leventi. It's Leventi, right?
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just messing it up the whole time. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
It's hard.
Okay.
It's hard anyway.
It's a cool name.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 9 points. So now you need to score 2 points to win, which means you look like you're set up to do an attack. That's probably your best option. And oh my gosh, you need a lot of cubes though. All right, let's see what happens. And you don't get this cube because he has to attack you.
Right.
For that cube to go in.
Right.
Okay. Goodness. Last action of the game is all riding on this.
I mean, I need to fight.
You do. You have to fight to get points. I mean, if there was a way that you could move and get.
Well, I mean, I can move him for free. Right? Or no, he has to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get in there. Okay, so so you need one. Well, yes, that will get. Yeah, so you need 1 point. You need 1 point.
Because I can move him here.
Oh no, but he wins. Yeah, that's right. That'll get you to 10 points if you do a kill, and he doesn't get a kill. So you have to beat him or tie his cubes that come out. But that's good. That was a good move.
I mean,
if there was a way for you to do it, but that's what you got to do. Yep. And you have a bonus action.
I get my free bonus cube.
So you're going to put a bonus cube in.
You get a bonus cube
because you get one because you have a larger group. Is that what this is?
I was saying for my bonus action, it probably makes the most sense to add 1 cube in.
It definitely makes sense.
Because I don't need to move anywhere.
You don't need to do anything else. No.
But you already moved into the bramble, haven't you?
That's free from the path.
Yeah.
But so you can move it even if you're not actually doing a movement.
Yes, because it costs 0 to move onto the hex. Exactly. Well, you can't move off of it because it costs 1 to move onto a hex. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay.
And I could essentially do this. I mean, I don't think it would.
That would make, but he can't attack you anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but I guess I don't need him here right now.
No, you don't. Yeah. And then you still have your bonus action. No, you do have your bonus action because if you're attacking from here to here.
Yeah.
Then
I get 1 for having more people than him, and I get 1 for the bonus.
There. So that's both. So now you drop that in, and let's see what.
But you've already won if you have two hands on the bramble.
I don't know because it's only
1 point.
It's not per haint. It's
1 point. Yep, exactly.
It's just control.
But I'm glad you said that because I bet that's something because we're always telling people just to put 1 haint. So that's a good call out. Yeah, it's just 1 point per. 1 point, not 1 point per.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's a tie. Okay, so that is not a haint clash though. A tie, attackers win ties. So,
even though he has the first player marker?
Well, he wins a point tie.
Oh, I see.
But you won the combat, so you killed 1 of his haints. You get 1 at the end of the round. Ooh, guys, that was the closest game I've seen, and they're usually close. But geez, you get 1 point for the brambles, 1 point for the kill. Oh my gosh! Wow, I really want to play with both of you again this time. Oh no, I don't want to exit the main menu. I'm trying to save.
That box was just definitely
hating
me.
Killing you. I've never seen so many. And I love that every time you're like, I'm attacking again. I'm like, that is the good move. That is what you should do.
I mentioned if I lost, I had the asterisk because you had looked at the rules, but I think you deserve the asterisk because of that box.
For the box.
Yeah,
I think so too. Yeah.
I think this could have easily been just a total slaughter of me.
Well, his ratio was really interesting, especially considering that he had so many. But that's, I mean, that's the thing is that that's the drama. So thank you both so much for demoing.
Thank you.
Anything else you would like to say to our millions of viewers? I promised I would make that joke every live stream after Jay made it the first time.
Can I make a statement to millions of viewers, but directed at you?
Yes, sure.
What if you put a little line underneath the 9 and the 6?
Yes.
Good idea.
Because I was like, oh, he has 6 points.
Of course. That's a good idea. Yes. I'm going to write that down. Why didn't I think of that?
But everything else, I don't even know if this is like, under my impression, this is a demo, not a play test. But I have really
No, but I want that stuff. Tell us that stuff. That's great. I mean, yeah. 100%.
I have not had, I mean, as with a lot of games and things like that, I think I was a little worried up front. I felt a little overloaded a tiny bit, but I think the iconography is really simple. I think after one turn, everything kind of clicked and was simple. I know I had a couple questions on the paths and just keeping things like that, but I thought it was fairly easy to play. And
that's awesome.
I mean, I would commit to you mentioned trying to get a second and third chapter or something
3.
like. I mean,
that'd be fun.
if I'm available, I would love to talk to you again and
Great.
and see if I can put that together. Because I actually really enjoyed this a lot. I mean, I said actually, and that comes off a little pessimistic, but
no, I know what you mean though. A lot of, and I think what you said, that sentiment about it looked like a lot at the beginning, and then it was easy to get through. We worked really hard to get it there, and that's definitely a sentiment we've heard. And talk about like at one point it was just cut on mechanics and simplify stuff as always. But like that's really great to hear. And every time I hear that, I'm super happy because, I love, it's definitely true that you like simplicity and elegance go hand in hand, but also if you want to have a game that has that much going back and forth and that many options and things, there's going to be a lot of systems. So and the asymmetry and everything, there's certain desires for this game that we had that meant we were going to have a lot to look at the beginning, and hearing that it works well in the way you were talking about for you is really wonderful. And I'd love to play with you again. That was super entertaining to watch you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, that was really great opponent too.
Yeah. Did you have anything you wanted to add, Lemon Tea?
Yes, thank you. It was very good. I was playing more on the defensive. It felt like so. Even though I was attacking most of the time, it was just attack is a good defense.
I mean, you killed a lot of my turns just trying to get to that.
Oh my gosh,
farmer over there. I mean,
yes,
and I think I just barely got to the other one.
Yeah,
I probably could have called my losses early, but I mean, it all seemed doable. So I mean, you definitely took away some time from me on getting in my way. And I mean, even if I did beat you out of there, having to deal with those storms, I don't know. I mean, it was going to be rough.
It gets to a point where you're like, I just can't go through the storm.
Yeah,
which is interesting because it's one extra movement point, right? But it's tight,
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm gonna cut the broadcast, and thank you everybody, and thank you Seth and Levinti, and hopefully I'll see you guys again sometime, even if it's not during the. I love to do a demo for everybody, but also just let me know if you want to play. All right.
Certainly will do.
Yeah.